deserve to have some fun this evening, and we could see how those animals they were enjoying themselves. Imagine animals are enjoying themselves. Who are we, software engineering students, not to be happy? So please, no matter how this 1 month has stressed you, today let's be happy. Because a lot of people could not pass the 80% mark, but you've done that. We've all done that. So once again, congratulations. A very big one. A very, 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 very big congratulations to all of us. As of 2 months ago, when you submitted your application, you had no idea if this program will come with complications, but you were determined to give it your full concentration. And even when you had challenges and issues that brought about confusion, you seek for help and you gain the needed information that has kept you going throughout your tribulation. And now, after all the calculations, your scores have proven your dedication, and you have passed the period of probation. We can now tell you a big congratulations. However, this is not the end. You want to strengthen your affirmation and never forget that your determination is to finish this program with a great evaluation. So it is your obligation to put your 100% and come out with outstanding colors and be able to create innovative innovations that will make a positive impact now and to the future generations. Keep doing hard things, guys, and very soon we will celebrate your graduation. So that should be a very good and enough motivation as we tell ourselves congratulations. We've done a great job, and once again, congratulations. What are we celebrating? We're celebrating our cutoff mark. We just made it. So, once again, congrats, guys. Now, this program is 12 months, and we are in the first month. The previous 2 weeks of onboarding does not count. This is our first month, and we've passed our first month. So we are moving into our second month. As from yesterday, we moved into our second month. So I did say I would be sharing great tips. Apart from our congratulations, what can take us throughout the rest 12 months of this program, so that this time next year we would be shouting graduation and not cutoff mark. Well, these are things I've been able to identify that has helped me personally to be able to come this far. So there are secrets to succeed in ALX program that I want to share with you. Now, these are just tips, and it has helped me personally, and I would like to share them with you. The very first one here is that you should rest well, get enough sleep. You may be wondering why I put rest well as the number one. You see, the way God created our bodies, the way our bodies naturally work, it has a time where it has a shutting down point. It has a time when we are tired. And if you try to force your body to work when you are tired, you could even fall seriously ill. I've noticed it a lot of times. And then for our brain to assimilate well, we have to rest well. And the best way to rest is to sleep. So even if what you're trying out is working for you, like you're getting the code, but it's too late and you see that your body cannot take it anymore, just rest. Get enough sleep immediately. That's the first secret to succeed. You know, some people will try something over and over and over and over again. You know, they are trying to do task 3, they've been stalked, and then they'll be with their computers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours on task 3. You have to rest. Sometimes too, the resting may not just really be sleep. You could get up, you know, leave your computer system, take a walk around, maybe go and eat something and then come back. Or just lie down, bring out your phone, you know, play funny videos. You could even play the one that I played just before I started this speech. You could play videos of animals that are dancing and enjoying themselves. When you do this, you're resting as well. What this helps your brain to do is to be relaxed. You see, even when you're not looking at something, you may be thinking about it. So if you have any issues, all you just have to do is keep it, or normally say keep it at the back of your mind. Just have it in your mind that I've not been able to solve this task and I want to solve it. Then leave it alone. Just go and rest. Sometimes even without you knowing, your body, your brain is going to work out solutions for it. But when you don't rest, if you overstress yourself, your body is not going to work well. And this applies to every individual. You know, generally 8 hours of sleep is recommended. So if you're going to do this program, you've already spent 10 hours in the day, and then just try, give yourself between 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and it will go a long way in helping you. That is my first secret to succeed in this ALX program. Now, tell me if you use the comments and tell me if you've noticed that anytime you don't rest well, you're prone to making errors. Or tell me if you've seen that anytime you rest well, you get enough sleep, you're always better, you understand resources better. Just tell me using the comment section so I know if this secret only works for me. The second thing that has helped me is to read all the resources always. Now, this second point is a little tricky because most times people think reading all the resources means understanding all of them. No. If you can understand everything, then you're not learning anything. So it means that you're in the right path if you notice that after reading the resources you don't understand it. What that simply means is that you're doing the correct thing. Yes, but read all the resources. If you notice, during the first class in C, in one of the resources, it was clearly stated there that you do not have to understand everything, but go through everything. You know what that means? The organizers of this program know that it is not possible for you to understand everything that the resource says, but they want you to go through everything. You see, sometimes when you hear something the first time, you may not understand it, but after listening to it the second, third, and fourth time, it will start making sense to you. And then the person that's listening to it, the fourth time you listen to it, if that's another person's first time of listening to it, it won't make sense to the person. For example, I could sit here for the next 1 hour explaining about C pointers, you know, and it won't make any sense to you, but you've listened throughout. By the second time I'm going to explain about that same thing, it's going to make more sense to you than the first. And so that's how reading also works. You may read everything and it doesn't make sense, but that's okay. But make sure you read all the resources. And it's not just about reading the resources. After reading the resources, now go back to the first question of any task and try to see if you can understand the question first. If you can understand the question, then the next thing would be to think about the flow that can help you get the solution. So after understanding the question, you don't want to start solving immediately. Think about the steps involved. That's where your pseudocode comes in. Think about the steps. What should I do now? What should I not do? What will this program print as its output? When you think about those steps, then you can start the program. If you're stuck, then you could go to YouTube or Google or any other Stack Overflow or any other thing you find very helpful. You could just go there, and this time you want to be precise with your question. Just be very, very precise with it. Don't say I'm stuck or I don't understand tax 1. Imagine if you type I don't understand tax 1 on Google. There will be no answer because Google does not know what is tax 1. So you want to be very precise. But the only way you can be precise about asking questions is when you've read the resource and then you've also looked at the question. Now, if you try search engines, Google, YouTube, they are not giving you what you want, then ask a peer. But when you are also asking a peer, you should not ask vague questions. For example, someone is going to ask, I don't understand tax 3, or tax 5 is not working, and is going to send a screenshot of the checker. And most times I don't know how to help you if you only send me screenshots of the checker. In fact, if you send me screenshots of the checker, I'm not even going to know what your problem is at all in the first place. So, the very first thing you want to do is to ask very direct questions. For example, this is how to ask a direct question. Hello, tax 6 that talks about pointers. I'm currently stuck there. Now this is your message. I've tried to impute some of this and this and point it to this, but it returns an error saying, I don't know if you get that format. Now, what I've just done is I've told you what I tried to do and the error it gave, and I told you the number, the tax number. When you're asking to someone not in your cohort, you want to remember that this person may not know the particular project you're working on. So you may be working on 0x03 Git, or you may be working on a 0x4 pointers, and he or she may not know what you mean by 0x4 pointers. So you have to be like, I mean pointers. You have to be very specific, like I'm in the pointers project and I'm in tax 3, and the question of tax 3 is this, and I've done this, but this is the error it's giving. Now when you're very specific like that, it's easier for someone to help. But if you just send a simple message saying I'm stuck, it's not always the best. Just go straight to the point and be very precise, so that once the person reads your message just once, he can understand your problem. So this is the second secret. First, rest well, get enough sleep, And I've seen from the comment section here, yes, David says when he rests well, he gets refreshed and is more productive. Ikechukwu also agrees. He says resting is vital and it's like refreshing the computer. Oh yes, so you want to rest well first. Number two, you want to read all the resources. You want to search out of your resources to YouTube, Google, and if they can't help you, ask your peers, but be very specific about your question, and you would be able to find great answers. Now, this is the second secret I've seen to succeeding in this program. The third one is very important. The third one says teach others and reach out. There's no better way to learn than teaching. Remember the Feynman technique. If you cannot explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't know it. I don't know if that's so clear to you. But yes, that's the truth. If you cannot explain it to a 6-year-old, then you don't know it. So if I'm going to explain about C programming, I have to explain it to a 6-year-old. If that 6-year-old cannot understand anything of what I'm saying, it means I do not understand it enough. Your job as a software engineer is to break problems down. So when you're teaching others, you want to break the problem down. And the best way to teach others is by reaching out. You don't want to wait, let someone says, please, are you done with your task 3? And you said, yes, very simple. If it's very simple for you, just go and say, who's not done with task 3 yet? Where are you having challenge? And then try to solve the problem with the person. Don't just give the person copy and paste answers. A lot of people do that. You see quiz answers everywhere. Quiz 0 is B, 1 is C, 2 is D, and those kind of answers don't help you at all to learn. Even you giving the answers, those kind of answers don't even help you to teach. So you want to teach others clearly. Ask them, what have you done? Tell me your thought process. And then see where they are making errors and guide them. And then when you're teaching others, you're also learning. You could find out that there's a better way to do it when you are teaching others than even when you're doing it yourself. So teaching others is very, very important. Now tell me in the comment section if you've ever taught anybody anything. It could be Emacs, VI, Shell, Git, anything at all. Tell me if you've taught anybody, and if you've ever taught someone, how did you benefit from that? I'd like to hear your answers in the comment section. This is the number 3 thing that has helped me to succeed in ALX program. The fourth one, I think it's even more important than the previous 3. Never compare yourself to anyone. Now this is very important because no matter how smart you are, there's someone smarter than you. No matter how great you are, there's someone greater than you. And no matter how dull you think you are, there is someone who has more challenges than you. I'm not going to say there is someone duller than you. So yes, there can never be room for comparison with others. Some people have started learning 4, 5, 6 months ago, and then you started learning 2 months ago. You can never be the same. If you try to compare yourself, you will soon get frustrated with your little progress and you will leave the program. But there is a comparison that is very good. That comparison is going to help you a lot, and that is self-comparison. You want to compare yourself to yourself. So ask yourself and tell me in the comment section now. I'm going to be reading it. Tell me in the comment section if in these 2 months you've learned anything at all. 2 months because you did 2 weeks probation first and then this 1 month. So it's 1 month, 2 weeks. So tell me if in this 1 month, 2 weeks, you've learned anything. Emacs, VI, shell navigation, shell basics, shell permission, shell redirection, C, if and else statements, inputs, functions, data types, loops. Tell me if you've learned anything at all that you did not know previously. I'm going to be reading the comments. Tell me if you've learned it. Oh yes, Judith says she learned a whole lot. Abiola says he's also learned a whole lot. Okay, tell me like specifically what you've learned since you started that you did not know before. I'll tell you mine first. Before coming to this program, I've never heard about the word Emacs before. To be honest with you, the first time I heard about the word Emacs was in this program. Before coming to this program, I've never heard about the word VI before. First time I heard about VI was in this program. From shell navigation, editors, Vim, Emacs, and even C language, Judith has learned a whole lot from these things. Now that is the comparison you need. So the next time you feel that this program is too hard, tell yourself, I've learned a whole lot to give up. Your comparison is not with anyone. You know, you may see yourself here, where this blue arrow is pointing now. And then your next peer is here. And if you leave here that you are and start looking at here, you will soon lose your joy and your focus. But think about it. You're here now. Before coming to this program, you were here. That's all you need to know. That you were here before coming to this program and now you're here. That's all. You see, now that the 80% mark is out, there's nothing stopping you again from being the best version of yourself. Not the best version that the world wants to see. You know, the world tends to say you should be the best and the first and that you should beat everybody. Not in software engineering, because you cannot beat everybody. In fact, in software engineering, you cannot beat anybody. The only person you're beating is yourself. So you're pushing yourself to your best version. Mr. Vincent says, in this probation period, I've learned VI. Now I can navigate very well in VI. I was new in C, but now I can write my own program. Thank you so much. That's all you need to know. Me too. Before coming to this program, I had no idea about C, I had no idea about VI, I had no idea about Emacs, and I had no idea about Shell. I've never heard these things before. But when I came to this program, I've learned all these things, and now I can also teach others with the small knowledge I have. So I'm going to compare myself with my own self and be like, oh, before coming here, this was it, but now here I am. I never knew what a prototype and header file mean, but now I know all and I can boldly create my own prototype and add it to my header files. Great. The same thing with me. The first time I saw create your header file, I was like, what is this? But right now, if you ask me to create my header file, I know exactly what to do. So that is the progress. That is all we want to see. Don't compare yourself with the next person. You see the next person that finishes all his tasks, even the advanced one, in 3 hours. by himself. He's not copying from anybody, but he finishes everything in 3 hours. And you have to struggle and struggle and get to the second deadline before you finish your own. At the end of the day, at the end of this program, the two of you are going to be colleagues. And at that time, you would appreciate the fact that you never compared yourself with him. He may be better, she may be better. What you have to do is to learn from him. But don't compare yourself, don't make yourself feel bad. But there's a warning here. Don't allow your not comparing yourself to make you lazy. You say, oh, I've learned VI, so oh yes, these C projects that we're doing on pointers, I'm not going to learn it. No. And that brings us to our last secret that has helped me personally. Have it in your mind that you're going to do hard things. Why? Why should you have it in your mind that you're going to do hard things? Because this program says do hard things. Just get used to it. A lot of people were thinking after the first 1 month, I even thought so, that this program is going to get better. Well, it's not. This program was designed to be hard. And that's fine. You saw it before you signed up. Now you've been here for 1 month and 2 weeks. And you're coping, right? Continue coping. Continue to do hard things. Each day you wake up and see a new project, have it in your mind that today you're going to do another hard thing. Don't go easy on the project and don't go easy on yourself. Do hard things. A lot of other courses or even tutorials on YouTube and some other platforms would give you very simple questions. For example, there was a day I was reading one resource that ALX provided, and it was in another website. And one thing led to the other, and I started answering quiz questions on the website, and I was getting every single one of them. Then I came back to my ALX project, and from the tag 0, I did not understand what to do at all. And I was like, was it not the same thing I was answering in quiz questions in that website? How come all of a sudden ALX questions are totally different? Well, this is a realization I've come to. ALX prepares you for the real life. You see, if you're going to take a technical interview, those simple quiz questions that you see on those websites, you are not going to even see one in a technical interview. It's questions of this ALX structure that you are going to see, or even harder than that, in a technical interview. So, what's the point? Get ready to do hard things. If you learn hard, you code easy. If you train yourself very hard, you will find doing the work when you become an expert easy. So a recap to the secret to succeed in ALX program, tips that have helped me. Number 1, rest well. So what that means is, if since morning till now you've not rested, after this session, please rest. Number 2, read all the resources. You don't have to understand everything there, but read all the resources always. If after reading it you don't understand, go online for help. If you don't get what you're looking for, ask your peers for help. The next time someone wants to give you a copy and paste answer, tell the person, no, explain it to me. Don't just accept copy and paste answers. Number 3, teach others and reach out. And oh yes, this is a very, I'm just going through the comments section again, and there's something I've seen from this teach others and reach out. Mr. Garuba said he hasn't learned anything. He still has problems with those assignments. If anyone can help, if you check your comment section now, you would see Mr. Garuba requesting for help, that he hasn't learnt anything. He's yet to find his roots. I don't know what cohort Mr. Garuba is. Please, you want to tell me what cohort you are. And then I can see other people saying, Mr. David Victor said he never knew what VI, Emacs, Git, GitHub, Betsy, GCC, and all sort of C identifiers, but now he does. Okay, now that you do, Mr. David, can you reach out to Mr. Garuba and explain in very clear terms, in the simplest way possible, these things that you've learned? If you can explain it, then it shows that you know it. So while I wait for Mr. Garuba to tell me the exact cohort he is, anyone that can should please get ready to reach out to him. You don't have to explain everything, but just explain to the best of your ability. So this secret has helped me to succeed in ALX program. They've helped me personally. At this point, I want to take questions. Please, you can unmute and ask any kind of questions you want to ask before I get to my next slide. So you can unmute and ask questions.
Hello, Mr. Bright. Good evening.
I see you. Good evening.
Yes, thank you very much for these tutorials and everything you've been saying so far. It's actually really helpful. And consider all that you've said. It's actually true. Because if we don't go through all this stuff, I'm not sure we'll be able to make any progress. With that, I actually have a question. In fact, questions. Should I even say question? So that this pointer, we discussed pointers, and now we're discussing pointers to pointer, blah blah. So I really don't fully understand the pointer stuff. I don't know if you can just give us clarification on how to tackle questions as regards pointers and the rest. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. I would answer it. Questions. If you're in cohort 10 and you're here, you can also ask questions. So yes, any question? One is about pointers. Any other question? And so let me answer the only question that I was asked about pointers. You see, that question will take me to my next slide. And I did say that this is probably the best gift you can get now from this ALX program. And so let's talk about that gift. This, it's a gift, and then I still kept it locked inside. Yes, Mr. Vincent, you're waiting for the gift. We have our gifts here. It's a gift I already shared yesterday. And honestly, this is a gift that members of cohort 5, cohort 4, cohort 6, like cohort 7, every single one, cohort 8 waited for. They did not have it. And it came during the time of cohort 9. This is a gift that every single one of us have wished for, and we now have it. Please make the best use of this gift. This gift is not a copy and paste gift, but it's a gift that if you make the best use of it, your whole understanding of the C programming language will change for the better. And your understanding of how to go through each task would change for the better. You know what? This gift is going to motivate you to do hard things. And in 1 year time, you'll be glad you had this gift. So now, let me talk about the gifts. This gift, you can get it from a YouTube page, and this gift is about 3 hours long. This gift was shared by 0x Julian, and this person you're seeing is the co-founder of ALX. Himself and Mr. Fred founded ALX, and he is the co-founder. He's the one who directly gave us this 3 hours gift. You know why this gift is good? This gift came 22 hours ago, so it's very much practical. This gift was directed straight to cohort 9, but 4,200 people have already tapped into this gift as I'm speaking now, because it's a very fantastic gift. I'm going to copy the link address here, and I'm going to paste it in the comment section. This is the gift. I'll explain what this gift does. It's a gift that you use for 3 hours straight. But if you want to take time to analyze this gift, you could spend the whole day. This is because this gift talks about the mindset you need to have going forward. This gift gives the best advice I think you could ever get from the co-founder of ALX. And this gift talks about the basics of C pointers. This gift also answered a C pointer question. Not just a question. This gift answered C pointers questions. So if you've already answered the question, look at what ALX co-founder said here and compare it with what you did. Try to spot out your mistakes and improve there. Every other thing I would have said about C pointers was said by the most qualified person to say it. For 3 hours, 7 minutes, 38 seconds. Let's make these gifts count. You could follow him on Twitter, LinkedIn, and you could also subscribe to his channel like I've just done here, because I really appreciate these gifts. So go through these gifts again and again and again and again. After this, you're going to have the right mindset. You're going to get the best advice from a very, very nice instructor, and you're going to understand the basics of C pointers. For me, every other activity shut down for these 3 hours. I had to be here. So you have it now. Make the best use of it, because these gifts may disappear after some time. That is the answer to your question on C pointers 1, and then the best gifts I did say you can have. I don't know if you still have any questions. You can just unmute and ask me.
No, that said it all. I think I will have to go through it over and over again to get really familiar with it.
Please do.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I will.
Now, moving forward, after this 1 month, what would happen? What would I do? Nothing. I'm still in all the groups, and I'm in both previous cohorts to mine and then cohorts that started after mine. So I would learn from the previous guys. I'd use the knowledge to help myself and also help the guys that are starting after me, cohorts 9, 10, and 8. So basically, my GitHub channel is still there. I would still upload videos on YouTube from time to time. You already know my YouTube handle. It's B-Wave. Anywhere you see this B-Wave, that's simply me. Next time you're going to hear about B-Wave, that's me. So on YouTube, you can get me at B-Wave. My GitHub is there. But just as I've said before, rather than use the GitHub to copy answers, use the GitHub to identify errors where you have problem or where you did well. You know, your workflow, your thought process, and even your code may be completely different from mine, and you will still be correct. That's why you should use GitHub, you know, to collaborate, to understand what the other person did, to compare it with what you did, but not to copy codes. It won't help you on the long run. So you may be saying now, if we are not going to copy codes, then what if we fail? Well, it's better to get 46% out of 200, and you did that 46% yourself and you know it well, than to get 200 out of 200 and you have no idea how you got it, why you got it. Yes. From now on, all you have to do is to maintain a general average of 80% in all the sprints. So it's not like a 1 month thing again. You just have to maintain a general average of 80%. And if you do all your tasks, you complete all your tasks by the second deadline, you will maintain this general average of 80%. So there is no rush. Take your time, understand it. The projects are there generally for everybody. It's in your place now, so slowly but surely understand everything. I hope this was very helpful. These things I'm sharing with you are simply things that have helped me to succeed in ALX program so far. And just as we say congratulations, we want to see ourselves this time next year saying happy graduation. For now, just know this, that the journey has just begun. Keep doing hard things so that in 12 months time we would say happy graduation. But for now, you've passed the 80% mark. You want to celebrate your success. It doesn't matter how little or how big. Keep yourself happy and keep doing hard things. Once again, a big congratulations to everyone. Oh yes, if you ever wondered if the dancers got 90%, yes they did. They got 90% rather than 80. That's why they are so excited. So thank you very much guys. We'll continue to meet, but officially our 1 month class it's over. We can always discuss, especially we can always talk about this video that I've shared, this 3 hours video. Tell me what you learned, tell me where it's not clear, and let's continue pointing in the right direction.
All right, thank you.
All right, so officially this meeting is over. Good night guys.